Yeah. All right, we are now live. Let me just edit the title real quick. Q&A. Put in the correct date because the date is wrong for me. /12. Save. All right. There we go. We should be all set up. Let me just verify audio works. Save. It does.
Water and wood don't match. Don't go well with each other.
So, how's everybody doing on this fine day today? Hop in chat, say hello, yes. YouTube is also up, so if people can't watch it here. I'm also just going to quickly link it to the YouTube. Close that out real quick. Yeah, again, sorry, I am a little sick, so my voice is going to be sickly. Let me just pop content ping. Yeah, again, sorry, I am a little sick, so my voice is going to be sickly. Let me just pop content ping. There we go. Alright, so. Hello, everybody, today. Welcome to the HexVR official Q&A for the month of March. That's the month we're in. So we're just going to be answering simple questions, any like future questions about the project, like where you think we are, where you want to know we are, stuff like that, like current issues in the game, because we know we have a couple. So yeah, let's get started. Let's see. So first question, Comrade Mr. Bacon, and then I'll get to the YouTube chat. I'm going to bounce back and forth from Discord chat to YouTube chat. So, Comrade Bacon, I'll get to your question later, but where do you all think there will be a plateau of development in Hex? So, what would the stages of development be, and how much would the game be done by then? So, Blue definitely will be able to answer this better than I can, but we do know that we have certain sections and stages we want to do this in, and we haven't gotten them quite hammered in yet because we want to make sure we are on the right development path first. Once we get into that development path, we will go towards into that sort of area where we do have that sort of roadmap goal. And if Blue, Stefan, you want to add to that, you can.
Yeah, absolutely. So, there's a couple questions there. So I'll just start with the first one, which is, will there be a plateau of development? It really depends. I mean, different elements of the game are going to take more time than others, and we're focusing on certain things over others currently. So there will absolutely be times where, we decide we're going to focus on X for a while, and X just takes longer than whatever we were working on before. It's like right now we're primarily working on game mechanics, game feel, making sure that the foundation we're building is stable. And, that takes a while, but progress happens pretty quickly. It's we're taking an iterative approach on the game feel, and that has led to frequent enough updates. But yeah, I know, right?
Frequent enough.
Yeah, enough. Frequent enough. I mean, in the first month, we had like 3 or 4 builds put out. Like, it was basically once a week.
It was actually honestly twice a week.
Yeah. So it's slowed down considerably since then. Mm-hmm. So in a sense, we've already plateaued to some degree. And that just comes down to, we're working on the nitty-gritty. We're figuring out what that we have worked on works and what doesn't. Because, it doesn't always work the first time. You have to take multiple attempts at a problem in order to get everything working the way you want it to. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just something that we are having to do, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. As for stages of development, like I said previously, we're working on game mechanics and game feel right now. We have a number of other things that we intend on working on in the near future. For example, in the most recent update, we implemented accounts. That is, something that we're wanting to work on and implement moving forward, but obviously there are there are some problems with it that we didn't foresee. Um, so it's all a learning experience for everybody right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a quick fire for the YouTube chat because it's going really fast. So when's the expected release? Because people ask that. We don't have a current expected release date because we are so early into that development cycle. We can say that we want something functional similar to Echo Arena's like arena game mode by August, but we can never confirm that. It's just something that we have in our minds that we think would be good. But that being said, like we're doing betas and alphas like as soon as we possibly can for everybody to use. So if you want to play it now, you can. It just isn't a full game. Somebody asked, how have you guys thought about adding goal explosions like Rocket League? It has definitely crossed my mind, and I actually have seen instances where that does work in VR, and instances where it doesn't work in VR, because you do have to worry about like motion sickness when it comes to moving the player without their consent, which is a big thing that I studied for a while ago. So we're not quite sure on that yet. If there will be a main lobby, yes, we want one social. Social things are the backbone of social VR multiplayer games and Echo Arena specifically. So we want to make sure we have that social lobby. Do you think we'll be improving throwing mechanics? 100%. Our current throwing mechanics are a mess. We want them better, and we are actively working on making them better. Throwing settings, yes, they are there. And graphic settings, we hope to add something like that. And are we worried? This is the last one for YouTube right now. We'll get to stage questions in a bit. Are you guys worried about the gorilla tag? Ready at like another Axom zero gravity game? Not really. I'll say this in the simplest way possible. I don't care about competition. I don't think really anybody on our team does, because in the end we want to make a home for the community by the community, and I think that puts us in a place where, with that background of the community that we have, we can create a home, whether it be like something similar to Echo or even one of our other game modes that we're excited about, like Underground, Hex Underground, which is our more original style game mode that we're putting in. So it becomes more of a, we're going to be our own original game. We don't really care if another game comes out similar to Echo, because we aren't that basis. We're not that. Yeah. That was a quick fire for YouTube. I'll come back to YouTube in a bit. Will we be streaming in-game tournaments? So right now we are doing the obvious Hex tournament stuff, which Hex tournament is hosted in Echo for this first round. So yes, that can be easily be streamed, and it will be streamed. And if for specific Hex things in the game, will we use Vertex or Spark? Spark won't work with Hex off the boat because Spark just was built for Echo. But what we can do is we can look into making one of our own things like that eventually, or partnering with somebody to make it. As well with Vertex, we haven't talked to Vertex. We'd have to talk to them about it. I know that a couple of people in Vertex are watching these sort of games that are currently being developed and seeing whether or not they want to partner. So that's in the future, whether or not we meet their criteria. I'll let other people talk in a minute. Don't know much of the stream. I'll be able to watch, but I'll let you know it's cool. Oh, no, thank you. How close to the original physics and movement system? So right now, not very close, but we've actively been trying to make it better, but we're also not trying to make it close, we're trying to make it good in general. So Blue and Stefan can also add to that the issues and the challenges they've had to overcome.
Absolutely. Stefan, do you want to take this one?
Sure. So, for challenges when it comes to this, with PCVR, the tracking compared to standalone headsets like Quest, it is a lot different. There's less tracking to be able to figure out where your hand position is, which then that causes issues on where you're going to release the disc, where the game thinks you're going to release the disc. That's one of the main issues that we've come across with CV1 and stuff. With Quest, from what I've seen, it's been pretty good. I don't play on my Quest because I prefer playing on PCVR. So, but on videos that I've seen, it seems like it's working pretty well. There are still a lot of improvements when it comes to releasing the disc, bounces, all that kind of stuff. It is something that we're going to try and work towards, but yeah. Do you want to add on to that?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, it isn't necessarily our goal to get as close to Echo's, handling as possible. Um, we're just wanting it to be good, consistent, learnable. I mean,
Yeah.
We want it to be
it's
good. Yeah, that's fair.
exactly. We want it to be good. The goal isn't to make it exactly like Echo, because for one, that's effectively impossible. No one is gonna get spot on.
What I will say
Um,
about Echo's systems is, as much as we like to make fun of how Echo is a broken game, it is actually a highly polished game by a ton of really
oh,
good
absolutely.
developers. So, despite us not liking the choices that were made by Echo, that game is super high polished with years of development behind it. So, nobody, especially not within a year of like just these styles of games where we have these communities popping up trying to make games similar to Echo, nobody's gonna get it to the point where Echo was. It's just not going to happen. Not in the year, not in 2 years. And by year 3, there would be a system so good that nobody's going to want it to change. So, it's not the plan.
Right now, our goal with movement, throwing, disc handling, a lot of it is to get it to feel good and to get it to be consistent, reliable. Disc behavior needs to be learnable. That's what makes Echo the game it is. It's not the specific, uh, you know, physics values you're imagining. It's just that it's consistent. As long as Hex's throwing is consistent, it's learnable. People will adapt to it, and it'll be just as good. At least that's the goal: is to be just as good.
Playable. We want a playable game.
Exactly. It's meant to be playable. It's meant to be. It's meant to feel good. At the end of the day, that's all we're going for. So yeah, to kind of summarize the answer, the goal isn't to get as close as possible. It's just to be good. Hopefully, people will like what we come up with.
I'm going to bounce back over to the YouTube side because there's a few more questions, and then I'll hop over back to Discord again. So, will the game be available on MetaQuest Store or Steam? Our goal is both. We want to make sure cross-play is easy, cross-buy is easy, and everybody can enjoy it. So, what's going to happen is right now is obviously SideQuest and SideQuest alone because it's easiest, but the next step is going to be App Lab, and then the step after that is going to be probably Steam. But until we can get the game to a level where we are comfortable with putting it out onto those platforms, then it's going to stay sort of a side quest until App Lab will likely be very soon. We just have to make sure we are in that comfortable stance. Hope the game stays competitive. So do I. We have a very competitive mindset behind this game. We want to make sure it's fun and to make sure the competitive side can stay along. We've been talking with a couple Echo Arena VRML style organizations, not VRML specifically, but like the different styles of game mode. So a lot of people do the competitive, so we've been talking to a ton of those leagues just to see where they would be comfortable putting their faith in, and they've been really good conversations. Will there be a PCVR standalone version? Like I just said, we are currently running on both. You can download them both from SideQuest. The PCVR is in the drop-down section for the download, and it just gives you a zip file that's playable, as well as the Quest version is also easy to be side-loaded. Chuck says, pitch and roll is needed. Yes, it is. We are working. And also, were you aware that the Arena 2, the sparks come out of the opposite goal? No, I thought they didn't come out at all.
I didn't think they came out at all either.
That's kind of funny.
so a very small amount of clarification, right? Because it was in the patch notes for the previous update, but when I wrote the patch notes, I don't think I explained what it is very much at the moment. Arena 2 is very much a preview. When you switch to Arena 2, it's not currently as fully featured or polished as Arena 1, obviously, just by looking at it. We are very much focusing on Arena 1 at the moment for polishing. I mean, God, every time we update the game, basically, Arena 2 breaks in some capacity.
It gets worse a little bit more. That's okay, though, because it's not the main focus, like you said.
Yeah. It's very much a preview, getting people an early look at what future arenas might look like. As we create more iterations and designs for arenas, they'll more likely be added to the same menu for people to, get an early look at. So we can get feedback and get some semblance of an idea of what people want from new arenas. Because not everyone knows what they want from a new arena until it's shown to them. And more importantly, not many people know what they don't want until it's shown to them. I mean,
Yes.
God, we're experimenting a lot with the arena layouts. I mean, Arena 1, it's got 6 tunnels instead of 2. That's a bit
It's
of
a
a
lot of
departure
tunnels.
from the original, but we got some really good feedback about people liking it a lot. We also got quite a bit of feedback on Arena 1 about the the pockets adjacent to the windows. No one likes them, so we've
We're
learned our
getting rid of
lesson there.
them.
We're getting rid of them. You know, so lesson learned. Not doing that anymore.
And it's that sort of thing where it does become you can push features every day. Like you can pop out a new build every 20 minutes if you really wanted to, where you change one little piece of setting, or where you do like small things, or even large things where you just say fuck it, here's a new, sorry about the language, where you just say whatever, here is a new arena like every single update, or you can do so many things like that. But in our minds, it's give people a preview of what they could see, and then give them the outlet, the area to say like what they do and do not like about it, and then we can change it, then we can work with it. That's what makes us so community driven, is that we have ideas and we want to share those ideas, but we also want your feedback, and that feedback is the largest part of it.
Absolutely.
Will there be a booth at VRMLCon? So I cannot definitively say yes yet. But at the same time, I can also say I've been speaking to VRML about VRMLCon in general. We're going to try to have something there. I cannot promise you what it is yet, because financially, some of those things are a bit expensive. Like I can say the booth came out to be probably $1,500 for the initial deposit. So we are actively looking at it, but also actively looking at smaller options. Just because it's most of this is out of pocket right now, if not all of it's currently out of pocket. And while I don't mind fronting development costs, I do mind a $1,500 desk at a convention. So that's my main issue with it right now. But we are looking into being present at VRMLCon in one way, shape, or form.
So, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Continue.
Is there a player model that you're thinking about? Yes, it was posted right under that. You saw it. We are currently working on it. I would post it in the YouTube if I wasn't streaming specifically the stage, so I can't do that. Could you guys add modes? So LTMs, limited time modes, or what we internally call them. So you said 2s only, 3s only, or stunning, stuff like that. We are looking into stuff like that. So, yes. How many arenas are planned? Don't have a planned number yet. How close are y'all to characters we can grab? So regrabbing is on our roadmap internally. We have not put too much work into it yet because there's other things we have decided are more important to fix. So that's the build around it.
Thumbstick rotation is still broken.
Stick rotation is still broken.
We've got priorities right now, man.
Somebody just posted in the YouTube chat, will there be levels and or skins available for players? So we do definitely plan leveling. Skins is not in the roadmap right now. Not that it won't exist ever, but it's not our priority. Our current priorities are, again, getting those mechanics knocked down, those mechanics drilled into a point where we are happy to move on to something that is more customization based, or like more game modes, things like that. So as soon as we get those mechanics in, yes. Entire game, maybe the entire game that is combat reimagined, or a league that's combat inspired. Yeah, so we are planning something called Hex Underground, which is combat. It's a brainchild between me, Blue, and Euphoria right now. If Euphoria wants to, because I know Euphoria wants to drop a little bit of information about that, Euphoria can, but Euphoria must remember a small
It's really
amount.
cool, guys, I swear.
I can't share too much because we have more news about that coming in this upcoming week, actually. So that's my little sneak peek. Baker on YouTube has asked, how do you feel about the progress you've made so far? Really good. There's things that definitely need to be polished. There's things that definitely need to be fixed. But where we are right now, I am proud of where the entire team has gotten, where the community has gotten, and where I can see that we can go. Because I think we built a team here that is in it for one, the long haul, and two, in it to create something that we love. Not just creating something out of necessity, but creating something that we really care about. And I think that's the best backbone for anything like that. Moxie says, have you guys thinking about partnering with any sort of competitive leagues? Yes, I've been in contact with a couple comp leads, some people from NEPA before NEPA kind of went down, some couple people from VRPL, I believe it was, VR State League. I'm really well in that community, so I love that community. So definitely things like that, as well as a couple content creators who are looking to start their own leagues I've also been chatting with. So we can eventually, when we get closer to that area, we can definitely start pushing that towards what we want to do. Will regrabbing still be a thing? Yes. You can't have zero gravity without regrabbing, despite it making no physical sense in reality, where regrabbing would just not work. You still need regrabbing.
Absolutely. I mean, regrabbing is what makes Echo the team sport that it is. I mean, God, I remember back in the closed beta for Echo, when regrabbing was not the ubiquitous strategy. It was a very different game, guys. It was slow. It was boring. Regrabbing is, at least in my opinion, what makes Echo so interesting as a team sport.
Yeah. No, it's a requirement.
It's definitely something that we intend on implementing. Just not yet. It's something that is on the to-do list, but it's currently low on the to-do list.
Not too low, but lower.
Lower than I'm sure some people would want. There's a lot that goes into a game like this that you don't necessarily think of immediately. That takes priority at the moment.
Blue's mic is
very
perfect.
loud.
Will there be a max throwing speed? So right now there is not, because we were experimenting with it. We actually had a lot of fun with the lack of max throwing speed, as well with the physical head. Let me just tell this story because it's fun. We don't have a lot of questions at the moment. Me and Blue were up probably at 2 a.m. I think that day was, where we were experimenting with different mechanics, and at one point we enabled the physical head, which came from our old byproduct regrabbing script, which was basically the head can be interacting with the disc, as well as be like the velocity of the head can change via the disc. So what happened was, if you threw the disc into your own head, the disc would go about 30 meters per second one direction, and you would go 30 meters per second the other direction. It was hilarious. That's since been disabled, unfortunately, because it would probably make any normal person puke. But whatever. But yes, eventually we will be putting in a max throwing speed, probably similar to around Echoes, at that 19 to 20 meter per second cap mark, depending on how our system works. I know that toxicity is a huge problem in Echo, so do you guys plan to cope with that? So we're starting moderation tools early right now, so you can see it in our account systems. Despite our account system currently actually being down, unfortunately something happened and the account database got pretty much ruined, unfortunately. That's why you haven't been able to log in, which is why actually at some point in the next day, or even tonight if we can get it done, then there will be a build of the game without the account system, just so you can get back in. So hopefully we'll get that done soon for you guys. So the account system's a big basis for that moderation, as well as we're paying more attention to the community that I think Echo has. So in the end, we've been trying. It's been difficult, but we are setting that groundwork now. We're setting those basic bricks down. So when we get to a point where there is multiplayer lobbies, we can easily do what we need to do to build up that moderation system. Will there be a VRML type thing or VRML stage in the game? So yes, the 4v4s are going to exist, and we do want to we have Hex tournaments right now, which is primarily in other games. We would like to swap that eventually to be in Hex when the game comes out. As well as, again, like I've said, we've been talking to other leagues and all that to see where they would like their life and their growth in our community, and seeing what we can do with that. Different throwing mechanics, how we throw differently. We've looked into cannon shot mode, which was a broken bug from the early builds that actually created a really fun throwing style, which was basically shooting the disc out of your hand like a cannon. So we've looked into that, and we'd honestly like that to eventually be a mode, but we can't promise too many modes yet because we're still in early development. Yeah, anybody got more questions, or Blue and Stefan, you have funny stories or interesting development tidbits that you wish to share?
Nothing off the top of my head. We're making a lot of progress on the next update. We're hitting some, especially with the previous update, we're hitting some roadblocks in terms of systems we didn't think we would have to be working on yet, but because of certain influences we're having to work on right now. It's a work in progress, guys.
I'd just like to let you all know how amazingly Blue just skirted around something. I won't tell you what it is, but like Blue just amazingly skirted around something, and it was beautiful.
I'm really good at
that was incredible.
I didn't catch what he skirted around.
That's good. That's really
the
good.
goal.
I want to know.
That's the goal. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
How many Echo players do you think are going to actually transfer to Hex, and do you think there will be several different games will damage the player base? Obviously, it won't be everybody, and that's just known. Obviously, another Axon will come in and probably take a good amount of the player base, which just happens. In the end, we aren't building something to create a popular game. We're building something to create a groundwork for just VR esports in general in the long run. And obviously, again, to be a home for the Echo Arena community. Because even if, another Axon comes out with a game, the community could be very different. We saw how Gorilla Tag's community changed over time when it became popular. And it's going to be the same with Echo merging over to another Axon's next game. Because there will be the same community, but the game won't work the same. I bet the social features won't work the same. And it's just going to be that area of, well, this doesn't feel exact. It doesn't feel like it's run by the community. While being here, we are run by the community. So the people who care about the Echo community, they will stay here. And if they don't stay here, then that's all right too, because I don't have any grudges. But I can't give a number how many people will transfer over, because they just might not. Speaking of multiplayer, I was just saying that when it comes out, we need to see how will we get it out of public if Meta will probably spot it as an Echo copy. So that has been a big goal of mine personally, as I've been talking to, I have a couple buddies who work in Meta, as well as a couple people I know who work in that field. And I have been doing a very delicate dance of making sure Meta doesn't see us as a copy. And I've been doing very good at that. I have been told that Meta is no longer watching us as like a way to sue us. I have been told that multiple times now, as sort of the like originally I was being told like, you need to watch out, like they are watching you. You need to tread lightly. And now I'm being told like you're in the clean, you're in the green, in the green. I'm in the green. Sorry, I'm sick.
Take your time.
But like I've been told we're now in the green because we are making this our own game. It's not supposed to be an Echo copy. It's just more inspired by what we love about Echo, and building that onto what we are doing next, which is just making our own game modes, making our own play styles, making our own visuals, making our own like in-game lore. Like one of the fun things that everybody still doesn't quite wrap their head around is the fact that we're not set in space. We're set on in a retro futuristic cyberpunk world with magic that makes levitation. Like and just it's those little things that you say that sentence out loud, and it's like, well, that means nothing, but in reality, in the eyes of somebody who's going to try to sue you, that means everything. Space wizards? No. Regular wizards. No wizards. No wizards.
There are no wizards.
No wizards.
If you're that cake,
No wizards.
no wizards.
No wizards cake. Hex Underground, will there be classes that will take effect? So yes, we are looking at a class system. I know Felix posted a video, and it would be great to watch Felix's video about it. He basically reiterated a lot of things I told content creators, and as well as content creators are going to be coming out with some more content based around the information I gave them about Underground, as well as in this next week or so, I will be pushing out more information about the Underground for more people to Google their eyes at Google and Google. Is there going to be, this is a YouTube comment, couple of them. Is there going to be a Jumbotron? Don't know. That'd be fun. There should be a Jumbotron. If there's a spectator feature, how will it work? So we don't have one yet. We will be looking into that eventually. So, but right now it's more or less just getting those in-game functions. But we do hope that there will be some sort of spectator feature to make our lives easier and make streaming easier. Will there be a guy that goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Yes. Haunted is actually in this VC. Haunted is our resident voice actor. I chose Haunted because they had an incredible AT2020 mic, which I caught by just listening. I didn't even know Haunted had that mic. I just heard the mic for 10 seconds and then immediately guessed correctly what the microphone was. It was quite
Haunted,
funny.
I think you should give everyone like a little sneak peek, you
Give a
know?
sneak peek. Make everybody hear.
Because I've never heard it either, and I've been begging you to do this. Come on, Haunted.
Every VC I join, it's just do the voice.
Yeah, I've been waiting.
I can't right now. I'm not at my desk. I'm about to do a scrim for my team. But you know, I thought it was mandatory I be here, considering my status.
But yeah, so Haunted is our resident voice actor. Haunted has a great voice and as well has like a good microphone that we can work off of. As well as I will be doing some voice acting in the game. I'm professionally trained in voice acting, so I won't be the announcer.
Can you give us a sneak peek, Sci-Fi?
What?
Can you give us a sneak peek at what you can do?
I'm sick.
Answer the question.
No, not right now.
Yeah.
So yes, we will have that. Do you have plans for this being monetized, or is it planned to be non-profit? So, yes, it's non-profit, but no, it won't. Like, it's non-profit, but not exactly. So, non-profit as in none of the developers are looking to make any form of money off of this. Eventually, we will have to look into forms of monetization for things like server costs as well as like game upkeep, but not into our pockets. The only thing that might go into my pocket is some like 10% reimbursement for me for what the money I put in by that point. But even then, like, I don't need that money back as long as we make a good game. So
we're not chasing money.
Yeah,
is effectively the message here.
We're not here to make money. We're here to make something we love.
Exactly. You know, if we make enough to sustain the game, then as far as I'm concerned, we're winning. You know?
Yeah, we're happy. Schmango says, "Are you planning to make this a big official game? Depending on how it goes, we would love to. We would love to build a studio around this. We would love to have our own little sector of the VR gaming community and the industry. But that's so far in the future that I'm not putting my chips in that basket, if that makes any sense." Let's see. Do you plan on revising the current version of the arena? Are you planning on including different ones in the future? So, let me be clear. Let me be clear. So, the current arena one is not our main arena. Arena 2 is not our main arena either. They might become our main arena, but right now they are mostly for testing. So, we will be 100% revisiting them, changing the design as we go. Like, none of it's final. Let's see. Are you planning on including different ones in the future? The various game modes that you've talked about. Yes. Different arenas for the game modes. Perfect, stuff like that. Space Wizards? No. No witches either. Do you know if there might be some sort of...
no Space Wizards.
What? No Space Wizards. Do you know there might be some campaign or a fundamental part of the game that might be fun to have this? So, campaign, I'll just answer that question. Not in the main game, that is unlikely. Doesn't mean that it's not something we want to look to in the future. I have a couple ideas that eventually we might be able to do something like that, but it's going to be a while before we were okay for a story-specific game. I have a couple ideas, though, that I want to make happen. Kate is sick, don't hurt him more, please. I asked this before in the Discord, but do you still plan on releasing the server binary once you've gotten to release 1.0? So, that's a tough question, solely because doing something like that would kind of put us into an area where it's got a couple of vulnerabilities. So right now, I will say we are looking at creating self-hosted servers alongside of doing basic servers, so you can have your own server client as well as go into online public servers. That way, making it so if something ever like Echo happens where we get shut down or we have to shut down our servers, you still have the opportunity to play games. So that's definitely the base around that. Let's see. I'm going to mute for a second. If somebody wants to answer some other questions you see, go right ahead.
I'll take over. Oh.
Yeah, let's go, Euphoria. Do it.
Yay! All right.
Yeah, let's hear some from Euphoria.
RJ asks, will there be a bunch of different game modes that you can play? And yes, there will be LTMs, or limited time modes, for both Stadium and Underground, probably. Hopefully Underground. I really like Underground, in case you guys can't tell. But it'll have stuff like the cannon mode that we talked about earlier, and let me check the list. We have a long list. Need some like Jeopardy music in here.
Alright, I'm back. So
Decade.
Schmago just said, are you planning on making public demo or are you going to make it secret until release? You're obviously not in the Discord server. We have a public demo right now. Let me, like, you can hop in our server, you can test out the game, what we've been working on so far, you can see what we're going to be working on in the future. So boom, 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 just going to spam that link 4 times for you. It's in there, it's free to access, it's in test announcements, you can play it. Moderation wise, tight.
As tight as we can have it, you know.
I've been watching Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad is awesome. I still haven't finished it.
Me neither. I'm on episode 3.
Ooh, okay. So right off the bat, I'll say that we do not have the resources to have like a full in-game moderation team or anything like that. We intend to have a report system in-game, for that matter, because holy shit, did Echo not do that right. And we intend on taking it seriously, you know.
Yeah, we want to make sure it's a happy community as well as a well-moderated community, just so everybody can be happy. I mean, most of us in the development team have been playing Echo for a very long time, a continuous long time. Blue, that is awesome what you just sent me. Please put that in sneak peeks right now.
Okay.
So, yeah, so, like, we've been playing it for a long time, and we've all experienced, like, for example, I've been playing since 2018 or 19, and it went from chill-ish to not chill to worse to worse to worse when it came to just how things got. So we're going to try to avoid that. But yeah, so we definitely want to make sure, like, this is a good community. How big will the map for Hex and Hex Underground be? So the arena map will be similar to the size of Echo. We're looking at 75 meters long. That includes, I believe, the launch tunnels. And then Underground, we haven't decided yet, but it could be a bit bigger. Probably a good bit bigger.
It'll probably be a good bit bigger. Underground is still very, very, very much like in the conceptual phases and like bare bones prototyping stages to see if it's even possible to do what we're wanting. In terms of map scale for Underground, we have no plans at the moment to really show off in terms of map design. Yeah, that's all.
Do we plan on having any form of mod support in the long run? So right now that is not in our plan book solely because moderation, like, not moderation, sorry, modding, like, takes, that enters a whole new level of how you have to design a game, unfortunately. And when you're doing something like an online game like this, then you have to be careful what modding has access to, what modders have access to. We've seen errors in, like, you know, like certain games like Overwatch or TF2 where they've been overly, had a lot of mods put onto them, and now some parts of the game are unplayable and they've been fixed. But you look into things like that. Right now, I can say if we do any form of modding, it will be in the terms of like spectator bots or like something how Spark works, where you can access an API for all the data in the game, but where you can't change the game's code. Because once you can change the game's code, then a lot of things break really quickly. Supporting mods, it turns into we will have to look into what the community wants to make first before we can think about what we want to support. Any planned release for multiplayer will be back up? Stefan, Blue?
Okay, so right now, without going into too much detail, we are currently trying to cover potential security vulnerabilities and exploits before we commit to re-releasing multiplayer. We want to ensure that, accounts are secure, making sure, because the account system was very I'm trying to think of the word for it. It was in the very, very, very early stages of development. We felt at the time that it was prepared enough to release to everybody. There were a couple oversights that we made on our part that led to someone spamming account registration.
We had 100,000 accounts in our database
in less than 5 minutes.
In less than 5 minutes, which effectively broke our entire account system. So
yeah. So there's some holes in this ship we gotta plug before we
put it back in the water.
Exactly.
That's a great analogy. We got a couple holes in the ship, and we don't want to put it into the water yet. Yeah. We want to patch them.
Because not only would we then have to, resurface a sunken ship, but we don't want to.
This analogy's going too long. We need to stop.
Yeah, it's going too long. No, I get that.
It kind of ran away from us.
Yeah. We want it to be safe and fun for everybody.
Yeah, we want to make sure people enjoy it. Will you do anything to prevent smurfing? So right now, I think the idea that we're looking into will end up being account specific. So right now we're doing our accounts where it is like we log into a hex specific account. In the future, that might switch. It might turn into logging in via Oculus and or Steam. And once you log in via Oculus and or Steam, you're going to need to change how specific things work in your headset to be able to, successfully smurf. And especially if the game is purchased on those platforms, then if you want to smurf, then you're going to need to make a new account and repurchase the game, which is how Echo does it. And Echo isn't perfect with it, but it's better than nothing. So it will turn into something like that. Lobby codes. That's actually been my original plan. Blue and Stefan can vouch for that. Literally weeks ago, I was writing down an entire lobby code system where joining a game is not only you can input a code, but as well as our matchmaking is based off of a code-based system. So yes,
what if it were Among Us?
I'm going to kick you. Yeah. So. But yeah, so lobby codes definitely, it makes our lives easier, makes the player's life easier, because you don't need to be partied with somebody to join their private game. It's in my mind just a better system.
You're describing the Among Us system.
Shut up.
It works, man. I don't know what to tell you.
It does.
Our players who are here now early going to get special rewards. It's not planned right now.
The only
mostly just
early
because
reward is the first 100 boosters having a small plaque. That's really it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, as well as when we do kickoff hex tournaments, the tournament winners will be idolized in the lobby. So that is like a thing that we're gonna do. But those aren't heavy promises that we're promising like hundreds of people. It's more or less promising that to a handful of people. In the future, once we are in a comfortable spot, we can definitely look more into that.
On top of that, those rewards are it's a piece of text in the lobby, and it's something that we know something for a fact easy. We can deliver on, you know, because I want you guys to think about this, right? If we promise something like early supporter banners, then in that promise, we're promising banners at all. We're promising customization. We're promising, you know, all sorts of things on top of promising, you know, early rewards. And we are not the type of team to make those kinds of promises until we have some level of foundation to say, yes, we absolutely intend on supporting those features, and we have proof of concept that it's doable.
I'm going to answer some YouTube questions because I saw a couple that I need to clear up because it's a bit of misinformation that gets constantly spread now. So first of all, accounts saved. So right now, the accounts are not saved. Unfortunately, things did break. So when we do reintroduce account services, you are going to need to re-register an account. Not a terrible thing. Like, your account is still there. You just have to remake it. 100 boosters get a banner. No, they get their plaque. Are you guys learning as we go, or we have experience? So pretty much everybody here has experience in game development and or management. I have been working in management for the past 4 years of my life, managing both teams for like my physical job and or projects. Like I work on the animated series, as well as I've been in the VR industry for years as a partner, pretty much working with content creators, working with businesses. I get a lot of I get to test a lot of unreleased headsets or in future released headsets. So that's where my abilities lie. Stefan and Blue, they are amazing developers. Like we have just Stefan, Blue is goes to school for all this. Like Blue is very talented. Stefan has been doing this for years. And that comes into the misconception that Thomas said. I think some of the team are fair young. There's a misconception because that was true for about the first week. Since then, most of our team is now above the age of 18, aside from a stray few. And Stefan, I know you're good. You're fine. You're good at what you do, so I give you a pass. But we have since dropped a lot of our younger crowd not because they weren't bad developers, but because we wanted to make sure we had the best team in general. So to add on to that, I think some of the team are fair young. Not anymore. Most of us are over the age of 18, handful are over the age of 20, and a other handful has actually been working in the VR industry for years already. And as well as we're partnering with industry like developers and as well as industry professionals who, while they are not on the team, they are here to help us through every step of the way. So that's where we are in our professionalism of what we do have access to and what we are consisting of a team of. We're not a bunch of kids, unfortunately. I wish I was still a kid. I wish I could only worry about high school, but I can't anymore. So, let's see.
We're going to be the age limit for this game. I think I can answer this one. So, is there going to be an age limit for this game?
30.
As far as I'm 30, yep. Sorry, Simo. Sorry, me. And,
sorry, me. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone who wants to play Echo VR.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys. No. As far as I'm aware, the current plan is just to follow, Meta TOS.
And Discord TOS as well. If you're under 13 and you're in this server, I'm gonna have to remove you. Sorry,
guys. No, but really though,
seriously,
I think that we plan on following Meta TOS mostly just because of all the platforms we intend on supporting. I think they have the lowest age requirement, 13. So they're the bar. So I do think that unlike Echo, we plan on taking age reports seriously. Because it is a rule for a reason, both for the individual's safety and the safety and well-being of the community. So yeah, I think that answers the question.
Will there be Easter eggs? Already is.
There already are,
Yeah. If you find a way to exit the map at the top, you will. I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
If you know what it is, you'll know what it is, and
There's
that's the
some
fun of the
stuff.
Easter
There's some
egg.
stuff.
There's some stuff. Uh,
Unless
any
you're
way you
named
can help
Cat,
us?
in which case you spoil it.
Is there any way people can help you guys with this whole thing? Yes. So, your support. I don't want your money yet. I don't want your money. I don't want your money. I don't want you to give me things. I don't want you to fly to my house, give me a hug, and say
I want
hello.
your money though.
Blue wants
I'll
your
link you
money.
my PayPal.
Yeah. But no, I don't want any of that. What I need is everybody to play the demos, everybody to test them, everybody give your feedback. With your feedback, we can make sure this is community driven. I want everybody to be playing in the Hex tournament and to, have fun in the Hex tournament if you play Echo. Like, having a community is the most important part of this, because without a community, we don't have a game, and without a game, I cry. So, don't make me cry. And it's not even if I cry. Guess who else will cry? Euphoria will cry. Do you want Euphoria to cry? I don't think you do. Exactly. So tears. There you go.
Tears flowing down my face.
Really selling and convincing that.
Exactly.
Is there gonna be different graphics for PCVR users? We hope we can do that, but there's also a chance that the graphics will be the same between Quest and PC, which would be really ideal, I think.
Yeah, right now, the only graphical difference between the two is texture resolution and post-processing. Post-processing on... Oh my god. Yeah, I tested that, by the way, the other night.
How'd that go?
It works perfectly fine on PC.
Of course.
So, TLDR in the next update, for PC players, you're going to see some very, very snazzy visual effects that they're going to look pretty damn good, I'm going to be honest. I've worked really hard on those, but they will not be in the Quest version, unfortunately.
As well as Blue has been working heavily on optimization in the game. I think in the past 3 days you've been staying up till 1-5 a.m. You need to stop doing that. And 2, you have approximately got the polygon count of the arena down to less than half of what it was. So
yeah,
props to that. So expect performance to get way better as well. People have brought that performance to us before, and we knew things were unoptimized. We weren't looking at them yet. Guess what? We're looking at them now. Let's see. Will people get banned for no reasons like Echo? You will get banned for, breaking the TOS, breaking the rules. We're going to look into making a community guidelines as well, and our own TOS eventually. So breaking those will screw you.
Yeah, I can say right now that, at least to my knowledge, no one has ever gotten banned from Echo for no reason.
Yeah, there's always been some reason, even if you don't agree with the reason. Like, there is a reason.
If you think you were banned from Echo for no reason, you may want to reevaluate whatever behavior got you banned.
Let's see. Think of other game modes. Yes, so we're starting with Underground and Arena. We would like to expand that, but first we need to do Underground and Arena to our minds. Normal shit talk and match. Yeah, that's toxicity. They don't like that. Will there be headbutt physics? They do exist. They're slightly broken, but we would like to continue with them. But for now, yes, there will be headbutt physics. Let's see. Will you be along the render resolution places and effects with the Oculus test 2? Yes. So Quest 2 will have a lower resolution. Most texture resolutions will be dropped from 2K to 1K, I believe it is, for things like the new geos that we've been teasing. So when those sort of drop, then that'll happen. Like, you will see the drop in resolution will be an aggressive drop in resolution. It'll just be enough to help with performance. It will still look beautiful in our opinion. Hopefully no headbutt glitches in your game. Hopefully. Right now there are, and that's why they're disabled. But yeah, once we get that polished, you'll play better. Two-handed weapons, Fairy, we will be giving more information on Underground in the coming days.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, the weapons are cool. Which, by the way,
I
Blue, we should
love
look into that
birds.
one weapon thing soon. How's that going? Actually, don't answer that.
Okay.
Don't answer that. Will there be PC players to lower their graphics? That would be cool. Especially with those with the idea how Blue had just said with the different graphic settings. It would be cool to be able to drop the game resolution to what the Quest looks like, and I think that is something that would be viable that we could do.
Yeah.
Will all game modes be available on standalone, or will the Underground only be on PCVR? You can talk in minutes, please. Sorry. Underground, we definitely want to be on standalone. There was really no reason that Combat couldn't have been on standalone, besides the fact that it would take more work than Meta and Reddit were willing to put in, but it would have been possible. And since we are building from the ground up with standalone in mind, we do want Underground to be on standalone.
So when it comes to the graphical settings options, I can say right now that we have a small list of features that aren't a top priority, but we intend on having before a version 1.0 release. Things like graphic settings, things like input remapping. Those things are... I'm trying to think of the word to describe them. They are polish that we intend on having, but are not a focus right now. At some point before then, we could have essentially just a toggle potato mode that just, brings you down to the graphical fidelity of the Quest on PC. But it's not something that we are actively working on currently.
Let's see. Somebody just said, one is their cross-play on standalone Quest. Yes, we have that right now. Well, not right now, the servers are offline, but yes, it is a functionality that we have working.
It's implemented.
Yeah. Are you going to support Pico as they're implementing OpenXR? So I currently do not, none of the development team currently has access to a Pico 4. I have friends who do have a Pico 4, and with them implementing OpenXR, we are built off of the OpenXR build set. So if we could get somebody to test it, we will test it to see if it functions and to see if it can be loaded onto the headset, and if it can, then perfect. But we haven't tested it yet, so we can't be 100% sure, and since we can't also actively test it, then it also becomes the idea of, well, when we have something that we can actively test on, then it will be better for us to be able to answer that question. But we would love to support Pico. I know Pico has a huge market in Europe, and as well as a lot of people who are diehard Pico fans, because those pancake lenses are pretty nice. I love pancake lenses. Will you guys be talking about the work I've been doing because I crave attention? Yes, Coastal. I was actually probably going to post what you were just made in sneak peeks in an hour. It will happen.
Coastal does good work, guys. Everybody thank Coastal in chat.
Everybody give Coastal a hug. None of that, toddler. We don't use the D word here.
Will there be a massive difference between Quest and CV1 throwing? We don't plan on it. Though, Rad didn't intend for there to be a difference there either. And here we are.
The
currently...
thing with CV1 throwing... Oh, sorry.
No,
yeah,
continue.
The thing with CV1 throwing is that it wasn't supposed to happen like that, as well as, with Echo. So, when it comes to us, the flick system probably won't exist. Throwing systems will be different, and we have to look at it objectively in reality, Echo Arena is the only game with an active CV1 player base. So in the end, it may come down to CV1 will be supported, but it won't be the same advantage you get from Echo, and it might not play the same you get from Echo. So you do have to look into that. For all you CV1 mains out there, I suggest eventually, not even for Hex, just in general, you get a new headset. It's a really old headset. There's a lot of better options. Please, you can continue on to something new.
So anyway, the big screen beyond.
I was actually let me put a little bit of fun fact out there. So I recorded a podcast episode with Condog B earlier today. He invited me for a podcast. I accepted. He recorded like an hour and a half of us just chatting. And there was at one moment, since it was in the topic of conversation about like my opinions on meta and the opinions on VR history and its future, where I pretty much did just shill the Big Screen Beyond. I love that headset. It's an incredible headset. Like, so the Big Screen Beyond now, but I will shill that without a second chance.
Fun fact: we are only supporting the Big Screen Beyond.
Yep.
That's the only headset we support.
Technically, if you do that, then you support Index.
No. Specifically the big
And
screen
every other HTC, every other base station tracked headset and CBR headset.
No, you see, we only support 2 headsets: the Big Screen Beyond and the original HTC Vive. That's it.
Fairy said, I only want Simo Stefan to answer this. Will there be different lobby sections? Simo Stefan, apparently only you can answer this.
Which question was it? Oh, Fairy. Will there be different lobby sections? What do you mean by different sections?
Answer
As
this
in,
right.
like,
Answer this right. Don't make me DM you the answer. No.
DM me the answer just in case.
I don't even know what he means by that, so...
Oh, okay, I mean, I'd say yeah. As in, like, I mean, so, okay, wait. Before, okay, wait, let me rephrase my yeah. So, we are planning on having, like, half of an arena from... Okay, actually, I don't... Sci-Fi, I'm gonna need you to answer this.
No, only you can answer this.
Am I right so far?
You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Okay.
You're on the right track.
Okay. So half an arena so far is currently.
No,
Half an arena is so far currently in our. I'm tired, guys. We are planning on having half an arena to practice during in the lobby. There we go. I'm not sure about anything else because.
So true.
Yeah, but
that was fantastic.
Are we planning on having anything else?
Yes.
God,
there will be
Stefan,
sections.
you should just be our media person.
Yeah.
I'm telling
Honestly, dude.
There will be sections.
This
in
is
the
why
lobby
I've remained
for-
quiet basically the entire.
There will be
There
sections
you
in
make
the
me wanna
lobby.
cry.
We want there to be a practice area. We want there to be a matchmaking area. We want there to be a trophies area as well. So they're all in planning. They haven't been built yet, but they're all in planning.
The lobby's actually just gonna be darkness. There's gonna be nothing there, no map.
Yep.
You can't load into any other matches.
Our game is
No.
phenomenal.
you. Single player only, by the way. No matchmaking.
Mhm.
It's gonna be black. There's gonna be like 500 FPS.
No game.
No, that is
Where's
the game.
go?
All right. On the image in Discord, I'm noticing some sort of ship thing. Will this be part of the game? Yes. So that is a cool little design thing that I fell in love with, and it's continuing there, and it will be in future parts of the game.
What are we talking about?
The airship in the banner.
Ooh, absolutely. Oh my god.
No, it might not be
Yeah.
that same ship because I actually realized something about the licensing of that ship that I had to fix, but it'll be something similar.
I'm actually really excited to see how the exterior of the arena ends up working out. In the current build, if you look out the window, you see, well, they're literally just stretched cubes right now, but it's a city skyline.
You can actually put the
and,
models out there if you can find a way to keep them super optimized.
Yeah, I could do that. I'm waiting for us to have more than the one right now.
We have 5.
We have 5? You have not shown me them yet.
Yeah, it's because they're in the artist section. You can check that.
I don't have access to the artist section
Oh yeah, well I'll give you that later.
because I'm cool like that, you know.
Whatever.
I have access to
but
the artist.
Anyway, you're so cool, Stefan.
No, I don't. Never
Anyway,
mind.
Come on,
I
boys.
don't.
Come on, boys.
I lied.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how that turns out. Let's see.
Barry, I don't think that's how optimization works.
You mean like the buildings outside? There's no collision on them already.
Good night, Thomas Bennett. Thanks
Although
for
it
the
wouldn't
question.
make a difference unless something was colliding with it. Hitbox on the stretch cubes outside the map. Yeah, there's no collision on those.
I think there was originally, but we've since fixed that a while ago.
Was there?
There was for a build, but it was.
I don't
fixed.
know. It's definitely been fixed because I'm looking at them right now and there's no collision on them.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
You guys can't see it, but I've got the new build we're working on right now up. No one gets to see it though.
I mean, you can stream it.
I can, but I won't.
I'm gonna
They
open
don't get
Unity.
to see it.
I'm gonna open Unity and look
I'm
at
one
it.
step
Oh,
ahead of
yeah?
you.
Oh, yeah,
I've had
Cade?
it open the
Well,
entire time.
I'll have you know that neither of you have the new and improved
you haven't pushed it.
lighting
Shut
or
up.
anything.
Anyways,
Exactly.
let's see what's
I'll push it right now. I'll push it right now.
All right.
Yeah. I'm
Just
working
more
on
like
throwing.
donut. Let's go. Hi,
It's making me cry.
Emvoni. Technically, that'd be
LTM where
Emvoni. Yeah, hi, Emvon. In the YouTube chat. You want to reserve the name Smisma?
What?
Somebody wants to reserve your name.
My name?
Yep.
SM Simo? Who is it? Like, what's the person's username?
Look in the stage chat.
Oh, it's Fairy. You know my answer.
Bloom Peters, why are you in the chat right now? You can just talk to us in the developer chat. Hey Peter, what duties are required of you at the moment? Just keep working on what you want to work on right now. If you want to do more arena designs, you can. No worries. Right now we're doing more in-game optimization.
Okay, speaking of which, I want you to guess how big the plastic push is for these
Don't
changes.
tell me it's a gigabyte.
More than 2.
No, it's half a gigabyte.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's see. More questions, more questions, more questions.
What'd you do? Like, did you add a bunch of stuff?
Yes, I did.
Yay!
By God, I did, Simo.
Be slowly draining Cade's wallet.
Yay!
Please continue.
Can I just like add one like really massive file that does nothing for the game?
Please don't.
It's like
Do
a
not-
2 gigabyte text file.
Do not zip bomb the fucking project.
You know, back in the day, I had a programmer buddy who, as a hobby, made computer viruses.
Oh, I made Discord.
just
as
as a joke, he made a virus that would pick a random file inside of your documents folder, just a random text file in there, and just start loading it up with random information, just random garbage ones and zeros, until it maxed out your hard drive capacity.
That is literally a zip bomb, but like in the most aggressive way possible.
Yes, it is.
Amazing.
that
It's
seems
creating a
fun.
zip bomb in a computer.
It's insane.
Let's see. Yeah, push those changes.
Yep,
More
they're
questions,
pushing.
more questions. Is there going to be cosmetics? We cannot confirm that yet because we don't want to. Because if we confirm that now, then we have to say yes, there's cosmetics. We have ideas that we would like to make happen, but we cannot confirm that they're going to be there 100%. Managing expectations is my main thing.
In an effort to manage expectations, I will say right now that we have absolutely no systems in place currently for cosmetics. If we do at some point eventually support cosmetics, I can almost guarantee you that the extent of the cosmetics will not be as deep as Echoes.
Yeah. Let's see. Somebody just said. Let's see. Can you change? Have you considered using ChatGPT? I mean, yeah. It's horrible code. We've used it once and then it broke everything, so we got rid of it. More than once, but every single time ChatGPT code is written, it's rewritten in approximately 10 minutes. So it's not really that useful for something like this right now. Could you change the 2 colors of the team's X from blue to orange to pink and blue? So right now we're working on a royal blue and gold system. Can change. The textures can obviously change over time. And we were originally looking at something that would be like an update to where you can do it like a color wheel. But right now it's just the the blue and gold.
Speaking of which, Cade, you, I'm sure, are probably going to end up streaming this in a little bit, but I'm just going to DM you this picture right now. So I know that you were having concerns about the emissives in the arena on the
Yes.
gold side looking very orange,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't like them being yellow because yellow just kind of looked ugly. I think I found the perfect combination, and I'm gonna DM you a picture of it right now.
You should send it to me too, because why not?
That's good.
Awesome.
Send it to me.
Yeah, I'll send it in a second.
Yay.
Will you introduce a way to dox your
Yay.
groups? I will never do. No doxing. I've been doxed before. I never want that to happen again.
I love doxing. Doxing is my favorite thing to do.
Ooh, snazzy.
Wow, this is a big import. My God.
Yes, sir.
That
It's
is why
almost
I've
like
not
I
imported it
have
yet.
completely changed basically everything in the arena.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Kooky crazy.
The elders have
The
something
elders of
Yes, we did.
Silence, like Second Amendment.
Don't call me an elder. I'm not that old.
Oh, good lord. 3,893 file? Oh, never mind. That's pending. Oopsies.
Let's
Don't
see.
mind that I'm
More
doing.
questions. More questions. And once this is update, I will stream the game to you.
I love questions. Questions are great. Oh, by the way, Cade, just a heads up.
No.
I don't know if are you just gonna be flying around the arena like in editor, or are you gonna be in game?
I'm probably gonna be an editor because I'm lazy.
Okay, that's good.
I'll
because
just full screen the editor.
alright, cool. Because this is a brand new mesh, so I don't know if the climbing collisions have been set up properly for this one yet.
We need to make sure of that soon.
I can
Yes, we
set
will.
it up if you need it. Once I get
But
the-
for right now, just fly around the arena in editor.
Mhm. Yeah. More questions. Here's a question for everybody. All right, this is a big one. If we were to hold a putt party tournament, would you be down?
Oh my God, Cade.
Oh.
In honor of that one time we all played putt party in the
That was a
Lucid
good
server.
day. That was a
good day. That was fun. I had a good time.
I
I
still
wasn't
actually
there.
owe Circuit Lord. Me and Circuit Lord need a 1v1 in putt party.
Oh my God.
We keep talking about it. We keep on forgetting. That's actually a fun
God,
thing about this project is the amount of like industry professionals that I now can just chat with. Like I used to be able to do that a little bit before, but now it's like more where I can just like ring up. Like I have a dude from Niantic who I could just kind of talk to now, and it's weird. And then obviously Circuit Lord, he worked with Ramen. Now he works with another Axum. So fun stuff. What if the
Will
lobbies?
there be jiggle physics?
Yes. But what if the lobbies were not zero gravity, but the arena was? So we've been looking into something like that. The odds are it will be in zero gravity because zero gravity is fun, but that could change. We've definitely thought of it, and there's been a couple lobby designs where it wasn't zero gravity, where it was based on pathways. But, you know, we've looked into a ton of that. We want to see where we can take it.
Having everything be in 0G kind of just simplifies things for us.
Mm-hmm.
For one, I think it would be really jarring personally as a player to have to consciously make the effort to switch between different locomotion systems depending on whether you're in the social lobby or the arena. I think that would just complicate things. Probably wouldn't feel great. So the intent right now is definitely to keep everything 0G.
Now I will say I have a very, 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 very loose plan in my mind of another game that I want to work on where it's a story game set in the same universe. So that's when you get your non-zero G. Would be that game.
Or we'll just not do it and make sci-fi's dreams go down the drain.
Could do that too.
That's my goal at least. Don't know about you guys.
Zombie
but...
game mode for HexVR. Yes, that has been something that I have mentioned a long time ago that I still want to see if we can do. So we will continue with that plan to see if we can take it anywhere.
Yeah. That's obviously, guys, like I said earlier, it's all 100% concept right now.
Mm-hmm.
But for Underground, one of the game modes that I personally want to do is Infection. Like in, COD and Halo. Oh my god, Infection
if you need it,
is so
pay me,
cool.
give me $100 right now. Then you can have it. No, I'm joking.
Pay me $100 right now. and I'll
We'd
build
be
it
able to
on
change
stream.
graphic settings on all platforms. We would like that. That would make our lives easier for the player and us, and we will look into making that a possibility. Will I be able to make people cry and rage quit using a mechanic? Hopefully not. Hopefully the game's fair.
Yeah.
We want to balance.
No. Absolutely, we will. The
You're
mechanic is
slowly
called
going more
being
unhinged.
good. It's called being good. Just if you're
Slowly
good
losing our
enough,
composure.
yeah, sure. Listen, this is what happens, okay? As the night progresses, guys, during long development nights,
Oh God.
we kind of lose our minds in VC. We start out, as professional gets, and then it devolves
Into blithering idiots sitting in a
sobbing
circle.
morons. I am the most professional dev that has ever existed.
blithering idiots sobbing in a circle on the ground, wondering where their lives went.
Why won't it work?
That's what game
Everything
development
says
really
it should
is.
work. What about the home address? Is that a feature? I mean, we wouldn't recommend it, but
Not a feature. That is a bug. Having a home is a bug.
I fixed your recent stuff. This receive one still put this.
What is he saying?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just server muted him though.
Alright.
He can unserver mute himself in a second.
Hmm. No doxing people, Fluffy. Sorry, I will have to ban you for that. Let's see.
Since when was I server muted?
Because you sounded like you were talking
5
to another
seconds
room.
ago.
Oh, that's fun.
Stay close to your microphone.
I forgot it was on my desktop microphone and I stood up.
Yeah.
Oopsies.
Let's see here. I would like to show you this game, but it's still actually importing, so you're gonna have to wait some longer.
Sorry guys, I'm too good a developer for his computer. Just it can't keep up.
Reminds me I have to hop in Blender and fix a couple things. Let's see. Story mode, maybe. Not in our game, but maybe in another game. Maybe not Hex, but Hex 2. That's it. That's the announcement of Hex 2. That's coming out. Just kidding. Yeah. No, story mode was something I would like to look into in the future, but it wouldn't be in the same game as Hex. It would be in its own private, game.
X2.
Will there be a ranking system and a tourney mode? So we definitely would like an MMR system, similar but better than Echoes. And then tournament mode would be cool. We're currently laying groundwork of that with Hex tournaments. As you can see with the Echo Arena tournament, we will eventually move that to function in Hex, but until then, right now it's primarily in other games, and we would like to see if we can get that to function with, Hex itself and have our own tournaments, as well as, again, partner with people like VRML if we can get that player-based sort of ideology coming with us. Soon TM. I need one of those specific with my face behind it.
Soon TM. Any questions in YouTube chat? Kate?
Nope.
No? YouTube chat's dead?
YouTube chat's dead. There's 3 people watching. Gotta love those 3 people.
Yay, the determination.
Oh, there's people talking in the dev stage. Guys, talk in the other chat. God.
Oh my
Voice
God.
actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, please talk in the other chat. Will the entire game be this runic theme? Or yes, it will be this steampunk magic theme, dog. Hex 2 pay to win. Yep. Indev, hello Hexcade, hello Indev, love you to death. Something like that. Best pub player I've ever met. Will there be virtual potty I can bring? No. Will there be game titles with
cannot
winning
say
such as
there will
MVP? We would definitely like something like that, and it would be great to have in the game, so. Definitely would like to make that something part of our game. As you can hear, my voice is starting to go away again, so I'm going to mute for like a minute and drink some water.
So, I guess I'll take on questions while he's doing that. Right now, yes, right now we have some I'm not sure what you mean by that. We definitely plan on focusing on making sure that the game is fun for everybody, whether it's competitive or casual. I forgot to add casual, gotcha. I'm not sure what exactly you mean by keeping it balanced. I mean, like between the two, we intend on having, competitively focused systems that, casual players can just ignore. I mean, so
My
I hope
turn.
that
It's all a good
answers your
question.
question.
That's all a good question. I want to answer. Yay. Any new mechanics you're excited to talk about that are different from Echoes? So, maybe not in the arena per se, but with Underground, there's a lot of new mechanics that we want to introduce that will be very different from combat and makes it our own game that we are super, super excited. Here, I'll give you a little tease of a name for one right now. Just one. You get one. This is called Hookshot. You can verify what you think it is or what you think it might be. Because I'm not telling you anymore. Just Hookshot.
It's a hook shot.
I will remind you, Cade, that you gave the class descriptions to content creators to make videos about.
I know.
And they had the descriptions on them.
I know. But
He
the
knows,
content
guys.
creators do, not the people on the stage or on the YouTube right now, because only one creator has made a video.
That's
so
true.
if you want more information, you should go watch Felix's video.
Yeah,
Can't find again.
go
My
watch his
neck will
video,
stop
guys.
hurting. Perhaps stop lit. I can't
You
not
know-
make
you
a
know,
fairy joke. I don't know how to do
Honestly, that's had to have been one of my favorite aspects of working on Hex thus far, is getting a chance to see all of these smaller content creators. Because I'm gonna be honest, guys, I've subbed to basically all of them at this point that have
Yeah.
covered Hex, and any of the other Echo-inspired games that are being worked on right now. Not just because of the specific material they're covering, but just because I don't typically get the chance to experience new content creators like that. So that's definitely been something that I've been enjoying.
No, the videos that have come out have been incredible, honestly. Just
Absolutely.
my favorite one is when Trentic jump scared me with my own name. That was weird. Because Trentic made his first video on Hex, and he said, he was talking about the shutdown of Hex and the shutdown of Echo, and started saying like, "This is sci-fi," and it blew my brain away. I was like, "Why is he talking about me?" But no, just things like that. Just watching the updates about Echo, about Hex from all of these people who care about the community, has been probably one of the coolest parts, in my opinion. As well as a fun story that my friend XPlay, who told me, and is he in the call? He is not. He was here earlier.
I think he was. Yeah. He was a little bit ago.
XPlay, we play on a VRML team, and he told me that one day he was pubbing and somebody had come up to him and just said, "Oh, I know you from the Hex server. Have you ever met Cade? Have you ever met Sci-Fi?" Which we laughed about for approximately like 20 minutes, because it was just ridiculous. But just the stuff like that, just like, it's definitely some of the more interesting parts of the community that is fun to watch. But in reality, I'm just most excited to make this game. I don't care if I'm deep in the dirt when it's out, but I just want to see it.
Yeah. When it comes to the Trentic name flashbang, I was fortunate enough to get a heads up when it was gonna happen for me. It's still definitely weird though. Being talked about by YouTube content creators. It's been an experience thus far though. Let's... Any other questions, guys?
Are you serious, Sarah?
Yep.
What?
You
I'm
did
actually
not.
so
What did
happy.
you
I'm
find?
actually so happy.
Okay, do not like discuss the specifics.
Oh,
Because
welcome-
we're gonna need to
welcome to the-
verify
welcome
those
to the
findings.
Night
Okay,
Development.
yeah. Here,
Welcome-
wait, can we hop in a different VC for like
I
a
can't.
minute or two?
Blue and Stefan, you can go.
Yeah,
okay.
okay, we'll be right back,
Yeah.
guys. We're experiencing no technical difficulties suddenly.
Okay. Which
Go to
VC?
the other server. Other server.
Yeah, guys, hop in the dev server. To to give a little background of what just happened, and I'm not telling you what happened until we can verify it did actually happen. Uh, this is basically how our nights go when we are developing. It turns into silence and just random talking, and then Simo randomly yelling, "I just fixed something" or whatever, or like, "I just did something," and we all have to like scramble to verify it actually happened. Stefan, please go to the VC. I see. Oh, okay, he's in the whatever.
I'll unmute so you're not lonely.
Yeah. HexK is being
Yay.
boring. Yes, sci-fi is actually good at Echo. That's debatable. And Devin Dwup have 3 times the amount of people when they did a Q&A. Yes, I did this on a whim. I forgot I wanted to do a Q&A, and then I did a Q&A. We'll do another one at a later date as well.
SMH my head.
Yeah, we also didn't add everybody like Dwup did. Missed that man. Saw him in a game yesterday. He beat the crap out of me. It was an official match. Let's see. More questions. Oh, I want one of the weapons in Hex Underground to go pew pew. That will happen. I hope you will enjoy it. Bloom Peters, Kate, is there anything you still need of? Nope. Just keep working. I'll tell you more in the development server eventually. ETA when account services is going to be back up. So the next build that's going to come out is going to be without account services, just so you can play the game again. So we're going to push out a build that updates it where you can just hit a play button, you don't have to log in, while we fix all the holes in our system. So when that happens, you will be able to play it. So we're looking at a hopeful very soon of that update. So this is unfortunate. They went to the development call to talk about something. I really had to use the bathroom, and now I'm left here running this without my bathroom usage. And Euphoria, I trust you 50%. So, no. More questions.
I'm not paying attention. I'm watching YouTube videos.
There you go. Let's see. Yeah, again, question for all of you. Do you guys want to do a putt party tournament? Because I'd be down. I love putt party. I'm addicted.
No,
Shut up before.
that was for anyone else. That was
Yeah.
for Kai. Only specifically that.
Specifically you. Let's see.
Specific to Kai.
Question
No,
for everybody. Oh, no. Are you planning to focus 100% on multiplayer content like Echo or have sync plays now? So right now we're focusing on that multiplayer aspect so we can keep that competitive nature alive. In the future, we want to do some form of single player experience, but that would be very, very far in the future. Question for everybody. Season pass, I don't want to promise that because I hate that business model. Not saying that it won't happen, but I just don't like that business model. It is a pet peeve of mine. I hate Echo Pass. I hate Battle Pass. Passes ruined my life. No loot boxes. Yep, that's
I
it.
spent about $160 on Echo Pass.
Yeah. No, $200 for a single chassis. Have fun. Go play Lone Echo Loser. Shut up, Indev. I love Lone Echo. Great game. Recommend it.
Me too. Actually, I've named myself after Lone Echo.
You did Echo.
Echo
Yeah. Better tutorial than Echo? Yes, I want to be the tutorial bot. When I don't have a dead voice, I will do that. If not, actually, Kamiki might be the tutorial bot. I just thought of that, whipped that one up, but I'm fine with Kamiki being the tutorial bot. She has a good voice. Stefan, Blue, answer me yes or no.
Oh, what's the question?
What?
Oh, maybe.
That's not an answer.
Yeah, it's an improvement.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
A secret thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I will be right back. You guys are back. You guys are gonna hold Q&A for a couple minutes while I use the
Okay.
restroom.
Yeah, secret thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, without getting into specifics, we've been facing a problem, and we think we found a partial solution to it, which is good. Thank you, Stefan. Very cool. Oh, and he's gone. You should have said that. Now I want to know. Yeah.
Blue. Did you see the last part that I was showing you?
No, I did
Was I
not.
just okay? I'm gonna drag you into another VC really quickly.
No, Steph, no,
Please.
no, do not. Okay,
No.
let's focus. Let's focus. Okay. Does anyone have any other questions? Whether it be about, development, game
Yes, I
plans.
do. I this is not a question, this is a statement. I think I should be the head developer of Underground.
That makes one of us.
Oh,
This is on the
I'm not young.
topic. Head
Back me
developer
up, bro.
for voice acting, no cap, right here.
I just got rejected.
So true. So true.
Oh,
Head dev voice actor, me.
Did you ever remove my trespass?
Okay, Blue, could I please go demonstrate after?
In dev, I very rarely I'm trying to think of the wording for it. I very rarely care about what you're saying, but I need to know, what do you mean by did you ever remove my trespass? I don't think I'm getting an answer from Indev. Anyway, yeah, exactly, Rhombus. So yeah, are there any questions about the development process, what we're working on, future development plans? Not really. Okay.
Okay, can we go to a different VC now really quickly?
No,
Like,
Stefan.
I need like 2 minutes. 2 minutes of your time. Please.
No,
I beg
you can have 2 minutes of my time after the Q&A is over, which I'm not ending good well. Here's our goal animations.
I have returned to a lot of
Welcome
games.
back.
Check your DMs, bye bye.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Just go somewhere and I'll follow you.
Sure, that's creepy. Let's see. Just hopping back in. We won't run this too much longer. If anything, Blue, you might have to do the stream for the game because I'm still not updated.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I can do that in a minute.
Yes,
gotta
there is goal
check
animations.
something.
We have a couple simple ones that we're going to upgrade eventually over time. Epic Eva, Stefan is head dev because he's actually really good at Unity development and, creating account systems.
I disconnected.
That was rude.
He's one of my friends, which is why he said that.
Sorry.
He understands, hopefully. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Somebody said that the server link was no longer valid, and I'm having a hard time believing that.
You mean our custom one?
Yeah.
it's because it's the we had a dash in it, and
Wait, we
it
still
wasn't
have
a dash, and then I put a dash back in. So I don't know if I was supposed to do that.
Wait, who put a dash back in the name of the server? Was there always a dash, or was there not a dash?
Well, I know that in the link there's no dash.
Yeah, I put the dash back in there. 'cause I was
No, hang on. I got
under the
this. Don't worry,
impression
guys.
there was a dash.
I got this.
Even though this program will bring back
I love
holiday
accident.
lobbies, here's what I'll say, right? I can't promise anything. Personally, I will be pushing for holiday lobbies because I always loved those when they started doing that.
It's just sad that I never witnessed one of them.
Yeah,
That's
it is sad
unfortunate.
actually. Listen, oh my god, the old Halloween lobbies. Oh my god. Holiday game modes, probably not. We probably wouldn't put too much. Again, not promising anything. But speaking as someone who would want to play this game, Hex. I would
play Hex.
exactly. I'm literally never gonna play it. I would absolutely love to see not exactly fully original holiday game modes, but I'd be okay with like a reskin of a game mode
Yeah.
to make it holiday themed.
Fun fact: I haven't actually played Hex.
We
Are you
know.
serious?
I haven't.
Oh, that's right.
I'm not able to.
Euphoria, that's
Oh.
because you
I have
broke
traumatic
like, every
brain
bone
trauma.
in your body, okay?
Blue, I will be right back. I'm taking Simo with me.
Okay.
He's
Oh my
willing to do
god.
it. Okay. Okay.
Actually, I just realized that won't work because I'm streaming.
If anything,
I've just completely realized that.
I would say probably closer to what like
So I
Counter-Strike's level of Christmas game
I'm
mode is.
streaming on YouTube and I cannot hop out of this call. So
Oh, huh.
we'll do it.
I'll record it and I'll send you a recording really quick.
All right.
But you know, any extent of quote unquote holiday game mode we do would probably be about the same level of quote unquote holiday game mode that like Counter-Strike does. You know, everyone gets a Christmas hat. You know, maybe put a fresh coat of paint on the arena. You know, make it Christmassy.
Redo the
but that's
plumbing.
about it.
It needs some new plumbing.
Redo the plumbing. Yeah.
Red and blue team colors.
Mm.
Yeah, something or red and blue. I think you mean red and green.
Red and blue's
I'm
America.
not going to say that. I'm Steve. I'm special.
All right.
Stefan is so stinky. You're so right, Epic.
You should have to code everything you tell me.
I said it's a battle royale coming this way.
I mean, I think Reverb Arena is looking into something like that. I don't like battle royales, so I won't do it. But
Wait, Reverb Arena?
I heard not shit. Rebounders. Rebounders.
There's too many of them. There's too many, guys.
Really, honestly, I only see 2. But yeah, Rebounders is doing one. I think. I don't know. Haven't paid.
I have not heard anything about it. Yeah, neither have I.
But yeah.
I get too many things from that server, so
yeah,
keep
I
track of what they're doing.
No hate to him. I just too many pings. Who unbanned in dev? I did.
Can we pretty please reban?
No.
I didn't even know Indev got banned.
In dev, he's on the good boy list right now. I'm the executive manager on InDev. If InDev changes, I will executively do InDev things.
Whatever that
That's
means.
supposed to mean. Yeah.
I can't connect to the audio for another 10 minutes. My question is, do we have an ETA for servers being back online? Also the account system thing, do we have an ETA on that too? Or is it still busted? So it's
They're
a work
not
in
in the
progress. That's right. Well, they'll watch.
I'm just gonna reply real quick.
Okay. While he's typing that up, I'm gonna respond vocally. It's still a work in progress. You guys will know as soon as we have something concrete on what the timeline for bringing multiplayer and account services back online are.
How do you play HexVR? Check the. If you scroll down a little bit from where this VC is supposed to, you can test announcements. There is a link to our side quest. You can download both the PCVR and the Quest version there.
Yeah. Cade, have you made the specific announcement that we were gonna make today? Have you made that yet?
I've spoken it. But
You've spoken it?
I don't have it. Since we don't have it functional yet, I need to verify it's functional before I can make that announcement.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Do you know when it'll release on App Lab? Hopefully soon.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Don't have an answer to that one either. Though,
Yeah.
Blue, the current build would function on App Lab. You are correct, right?
Yes.
It bypassed the original issue. Okay. So
Yeah.
hopefully even sooner than we hope.
Yeah. But yeah, we have a very temporary solution for the account services being down.
Called disabling it.
Yeah, basically. We are very soon, either by the end of tonight or sometime tomorrow, hopefully, going to have an emergency patch out that lets you guys access single player without an account.
Mm.
Because
Right now, you're just stuck in a really good loading screen, and I like the loading screen.
It's a really pretty main menu, guys. I worked so hard on it.
Also, I'm about to give boosters a sneak peek, so if you're a booster, you're getting a sneak peek. But until
Ooh,
then,
booster sneak peek.
you'll have to wait a little longer. Just go ahead and copy. Actually, no, let me just open them. Just casually grabbing images from the dev server. You can't see them. You will see them in about an hour. Don't worry. If you would like, Blue, you can stream the build to everybody. Show it off. Because I can't get it.
Sure.
I can't get it working right now.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm still trying to get the video for sci-fi.
Gotcha.
I'll be able to see you moving the disc.
I'm just gonna really quickly, like, move everything out of the way. That way I can stream it without, you know, getting too much of the old editor in the way.
The meat and potatoes.
The old meat and potatoes, you know, something meat and potatoes.
Stefan, can you stream tonight?
Let's see, 1080, 30, go live.
Perfect. That actually makes my life easier to stream as well, because now it will show up on the YouTube stream as well. It's low frame rate, guys. Sorry, I apologize, but there you go. So that is the current look at the arena. We've done a lot of work in optimization and lighting. When I say we, I mean Blue.
I've worked very hard over the last couple days to optimize the arena mesh.
Yeah, is the lighting
I've
baked
been
yet?
relaxing.
Yeah, lighting's baked.
Alright.
Reflections are also baked. It's looking pretty good at the moment, I'd say.
Oh, God, that's beautiful texture.
Thank you.
Honestly, we can turn it on. No, never mind. Was thinking something.
But yeah, to give you guys some idea of what this would look on Quest, I can just really quickly
if you would like,
grab this little item here called Disable on Quest. Take that off.
Oh boy, look at those lights.
Look at those lights. They become a whole lot less light-like when you turn this off.
Grinchy Jr., right now you can't share the file unless if you have a PC, because you still need a PC to download it, but we will be doing an app lab build for everybody soon. Welcome to the Great Wild. Today we are exploring the HexVR arena. Pack your lunch bags and your saddles. Going off-roading. I'm sick, so it sounded like 10 times worse than it actually should have.
New looking spawn area. All new textures and junk. I'm so happy with this material here.
The grade? Yeah, the grade's good.
The grade,
I like
yeah.
the grade for now. Will you guys try to replicate CB1 throwing on Echo VR? No, it's impossible. We will try to get throwing to be functional as best as we can for that in general, but it won't be replicating. It will be functional. Because CV1 is a bug, it doesn't work, and we can't do anything about that. And when it comes to that,
I'm trying.
So I was trying so hard, guys.
No,
The answer is no,
it
it's a
worked
bug
for
thing,
like
the
10
bug
minutes, and
thing.
when I showed Blue, it's like, oh no, it decides to break.
See, that's what always happens, is when Stefan says something, and be careful what you say out loud, Stefan.
Yeah,
Stefan says something, and just like we pretend
so I
it works.
DM'd it to you guys.
Yeah. Her lots of going for Echo screwed. It's okay, I own 8 other headsets. No, 7 other headsets.
Okay, so it's like half working.
Let's do this. Drop the resolution slightly. Hopefully that improves the frame rate somewhat.
Evo, do you really want me to list off the headsets I have? Because I'll do it. I think it's funny. But is that really what you desire? Yeah, okay. Let's see. HP Windows Mixed Reality, Acer Windows Mixed Reality, HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, Oculus Quest 1, Oculus Quest 2, Quest Pro, Valve Index. That's 8. You don't want a Vive. Vive is horrible. You do not want a Vive. That is the worst headset to buy in 2023. Buy any other headset.
The Vive is really bad, man. It's not good. I
I
remember
have it. It's in a
back when
box in my basement.
I actually have mine in a box across the room from me.
Both my
I
headsets
remember
out
when I
right now.
sold
Like,
my
goodness.
my CV1. I sold my CV1 to get a Vive years ago, and it was like one of the worst decisions I ever made.
Oh, it's okay. Though I also have full body tracking. Do you know Apple App release date? No. Like I said earlier, it's going to be a bit of time before we can get that information out. We hope it's soon.
Yeah. As soon as possible, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We know that there's quite a few people who haven't been able to play the open alpha for Hex yet, just because they don't have a computer to sideload on. So Apple Lab is absolutely
It's up there on one of our priorities.
yeah, it's on the priority list. I would say that in terms of ranked priority, right now, number one priority would probably have to go to
Multiplayer
performance.
fixing.
Multiplayer fixing. Yeah, multiplayer fixing, multiplayer and account system fixing, performance and optimization, then improving the mechanics we have currently App Lab. I'd say that's kind of our ranking for priorities at the moment. So yeah, we're working on multiple problems from multiple angles right now. Because we want as many people to get to try this game as soon as possible. So it is absolutely a priority of ours to get this on App Lab. Let's see.
I'm crazy.
Geo sneak peek.
August
Yeah,
mode.
these geos are in the current build of the game.
They will not be in the final.
They will not be in the final. No, these are very much placeholder geos. We went from cubes to these. These are a step up from the cubes for sure, but we got some very insightful feedback from our lead users about the different shapes of the geos we have right now. Some of them, they liked. Some of them they did not. It mostly came down to the number of faces and how consistently you can make bounces off of them. For example, Boot's great. Boot is about as consistent as you can get. Bowtie cannot say the same. Bowtie is a little difficult to do anything with.
Can't not think about how they were made in Tinkercad.
They were made in Tinkercad.
Yep. We're not gonna think about that too much though.
Okay.
Good question. I'm able to get off work. How much longer the Q&A session lasts? Not that much longer, but it is being actively live streamed on YouTube, which means it will also be posted on YouTube when it is done.
Yeah, so you can go back and review it.
And it is currently 107 minutes long, so plenty to watch.
They're so small. Are the geos that small?
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't think they're that small.
They're very far spread out.
They are a little spread out, yeah. The current placement of the geos was completely eyeballed based on screenshots and memory. So,
yeah,
they're placeholders for sure. But I mean, it's any indication. I mean, this is the scale of the player, not exactly gigantic.
Shield gonna act the same way? Yes, and it currently still acts the same way.
Shield?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can pass through it, but the disc can't. Same thing with the spawn barriers. Which, hey guys, look, they're flush. They're flush with the walls now. That was another piece of feedback we got. So,
Blue over here really carrying the entire team right now.
Listen, I've always been a generalist when it comes to game development, so I fix things where I can. So those are flush with the walls now. These top sections are flush with the wall now.
With shield ray tracing? No, the shield is not ray traced. That would be horrible.
Shield ray tracing.
I don't know what you're talking
Not sure
about.
what not sure how to take that.
There's baked reflections everywhere.
Yeah, there's big reflections. Okay. Me when baked.
That wasn't funny.
I'm sorry. All right, I'm like just 6. All right.
Can we see the
That's
other
just
end?
funny.
It doesn't look good, but I guess if you really
It
want
does
to.
not look good in any capacity, guys. The second arena has not changed since like 2 patches ago.
It's actually actively gotten worse because textures have changed.
Yes.
What do we mean when something is baked? Well, normally I mean high as a kite, but
yeah, I'll explain this one. I'll explain this one. Okay, so a bit no, it's true. You know, not everyone knows terms like that, and I apologize for not explaining it off the bat. When you bake something, whether it be reflections or lighting, it just means that you do the really, really, really complicated calculations for lighting and reflections ahead of time. So basically, it bakes the lighting, it does all the lighting calculations, all the reflection calculations, then it saves that information. It's static, it does not change. So like if I were to come over here really quick and grab the geomaterial, set smoothness to 1, you can see, wow, those are really, really reflective. I can see the entire arena from around here. If you as a player were to go up to this, you wouldn't see yourself, and that's because all these reflections are pre-calculated.
it's like taking an image of the reflection and pasting it on it so it's no longer live. So it's essentially, it's like if you had your actual mirror in your house freeze on one, like you had your mirror in your house and suddenly you had it freeze. You can, like, let's say that mirror was on a door. You can now close the door, but the reflection that was already on that mirror will not change. It becomes a picture, basically.
I can actually demonstrate this really easily. So here's this material here. Make it perfectly reflective. You know, you can see this back wall right here. Now if I were to add a cube here. You know, we can see this cube, but it's not in the reflection.
Yep, there you go.
It's not being done in real time. These are pre-calculated reflections. Ray casting, not ray tracing.
Yeah, Rhombus, it's a pretty standard development thing. Like, it's like,
yeah,
this is we appreciate it, but it's a pretty standard development thing. It saves a lot on processing power.
Yeah, this is a built-in Unity feature. This isn't something that, you know, we developed or anything.
Blue invented that.
I actually invented video games, guys. I'll have you know. I want to talk about an echo up to really hard to grab shield.
No, you're just bad at echo.
I have absolutely no idea what you're referring to. I'm gonna be honest. Explain it.
I think he means how if you put your hand through like a wall, you can hold your hand out and it grabs onto the wall, even if you're going through it. But if you put your hand through the shield, then it doesn't grab onto the shield.
I think that's what ours does now. I'll double check that right now. Oh, that's a good question.
Well, so no, it wouldn't, because you can pass through it. So with our current implementation of grabbing tops of surfaces, even if your hand's inside of it, you wouldn't be able to grab shield like that, no.
Yeah, you can't grab shield if it were to do that.
Oh, there was
This
some
year.
questions in the YouTube chat that I didn't notice.
Oh.
Hopefully in the future you can make more diverse longer maps too. Yes, we would love to do that, including 5v5 gameplay. That is something we are actively looking into. Add superpowers, that would be...
Interesting.
What was that one SMP joke?
So
Something-
when are we getting Minecraft Dream to make a video on Hex? When is
the
it happening,
unfortunate thing
Kate?
is, I can actually contact him and get a response. I do not want
Why
to.
would you do that?
I don't want to.
Don't even joke about it. We don't joke about things like that.
camouflage. Yeah, so maybe not in the arena, but we're definitely looking into things like that for the actual like underground game mode.
What was the question?
Like superpowers and like speed boost, invincibility, camouflage. Maybe looking into some of that for underground.
Yeah, absolutely. So for more information on underground gameplay, you can find that on
Right now it's on Felix 7979's
yeah.
video, and there will be more content out with that soon. And then we will be putting out like a big old piece of information about that in the next coming days as well.
And you can find that video in the which channel is that, Cade?
Felix 7979.
No. Where is it posted in the Discord server?
Oh, it's in that would be in verified promo.
Verified promo. Yeah.
It's a little scroll up. It's before Trentix clickbait video. Nothing better than that.
That's so
Echo update the
strange.
first Super Juke so many people really mad. I never recasting game. Echo just I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. People referring to it as raycasting is still weird for me mentally.
Because it's not a recast.
Well, so most of my game development experience is an Unreal Engine,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not called a
Path tracing, is
raycast.
it not?
No, I think what they're talking about is a line trace. I don't think they're asking
yeah.
about. I don't think they're asking about lighting or anything. I think they were bringing back the question about how the player interacts with shield.
Oh, hey, Felix is here. That's kind of funny. We were just
Oh,
talking
hey
about-
Felix.
Oh, he's
We
not
were
in
just
the BC,
plugging
he's just
you.
in the
Yeah.
chat.
What are your thoughts about chicken nuggets? I love chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets.
Like some of those, like KFC.
Oh my god. Alright, I think we should wrap this up in the next 5 or so minutes. So, any
I
final
agree.
questions? Somebody just realized this is live? Yeah, it's live.
Awful. So yeah, any final questions, guys? Feel free to ask anything. You know, if we can't answer it, we can't answer it, but you know, we wanna answer any and all questions that we're allowed to, you know? I got the hiccups.
Don't do that.
You right. That's my bad.
I think
I just need to get over it, honestly.
Good game, getting over it. Recommend.
Never heard. Actually, no, I have heard of it. Never mind. I take it back.
Euphoria. What'd you post in booster sneak peeks?
I'm not gonna say
So
that
you
out loud.
posted. Yeah. You're right. Well, or you could and encourage people to boost to see it. You know, just saying.
There's a thing. Go look for it. Boost. It's gonna be posted in like an hour.
Yeah, that's true.
Why does throwing work better with the left hand than the right hand?
Because you're left-handed.
Are you? I was about to say. Are
I'm
you
a
left-handed?
righty. I'm a righty.
It could just be how you're
Geo's
throwing it.
hitboxes look
I
like
know
right
that.
now. No, they
No,
exist.
it's like-
They match the exact shape of the Geo.
And a sidearm.
This is gonna make me become a lefty because of how much better it is.
How
Yeah,
can you be sure that Meta won't come after you for similarities? I've been over this before. I'll do it one more time. I have a couple friends, correspondents who work at Meta who have been constantly keeping me updates on whether or not that Meta will be actively looking for suing. At the moment, we are in the perfectly green clear. We are fine. Like I've been told, like our similarities we have become our own game enough to essentially the point where they can't really get us for anything at the moment. So that's how I'm sure. It's good to have friends in good places.
So I I just realized something while I was flying around the arena. I just realized that for anyone keen-eyed enough, or wanting to go back through the entire stream, I may or may not have very, very slightly leaked something by accident. So, nothing.
Oh, yeah,
Nothing.
I know what you did. It's okay.
Yeah, you know what I leaked. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. It's
I'd be
super
impressed if you
minor,
looked
but
for
like,
it. Because you were barely close enough.
yeah, exactly.
I was thinking about
Don't worry,
it happened.
guys. It's content for YouTube people,
Big
How long has this been
HexVR
going on?
leak.
'Cause I'm just gonna go back to the entire thing.
Oh my god.
No,
Cade, you're right. I can hard read right now that that's gonna be the thumbnail.
Huge HexVR leak. I mean, it's something that's technically public to content creators, so if they don't find it, that's pretty good for them.
That's true. Yeah, but they're gonna be like,
will regrabs be a thing? Yes.
Yeah.
I just love coding.
No, it's incredible. That's why I never do it.
Yeah. Oh, also, very, very small announcement. I'm sure Cade's fine with this because it's me and Simo's biz, but we're gonna be opening up programmer applications soonish.
What the? You weren't supposed
to... English, please?
No, he's being dumb. I messed up. I don't think I messed up. I think you're being goofy goober. I will say right off the bat, guys, that while yes, we're opening up programmer applications very soon, we're going to be going through them with a
fine cone.
Yeah, exactly. We aren't looking for uber amateurs at the moment.
We need some really. We're building a team of experienced people. We have a couple of experienced people here. We need more experienced people to work with them
in specific systems. Which you'll get more information on.
This one you'll have to look at more like a job application.
Why do you have Simo? That's because even though Simo's kind of a goober sometimes.
Who asked that?
That would be
Who
Evo.
asked that?
Evo did, but Simo's really skillful. I'm gonna be honest.
Simo, I was on a team with Simo. I was on a VR motion with Simo for a good bit of time and did not know he was actually relatively smart, and then I found out he's relatively smart. So.
Remember when I never mind.
You don't want to talk about it? So did you remember Max Comp? I hope you did. You better have.
So if I know how I said I fixed that thingy.
You didn't fix it.
Here it is, I did fix that thingy, then I tried fixing the thingy even more, and now the fix of the thingy is not fixing.
Average Simo moment. On that note, we're gonna sign off now. So yeah, I really enjoyed everything. If you have any more questions, obviously we do have the Q&A section in the server, the Ask Here. So make sure you hop over in there if you have any more questions, as well as play the tests when they come out. Give us a ton of feedback, because the more feedback, the better of a game we can make this. And really, we want to make sure that this is imagine a gear. Think of a gear that's just golden. I just want a golden gear. That's what I really want. So in the long run, I want to just make sure everything functions perfectly. Like a golden, well-oiled gear. So yeah, have a good one, everybody, and yeah, let's all
Yes,
hop off.
yes, I do. And I haven't
I'm on
written
spring
anything.
break, bruh. I don't got to do crap. I'm so happy.
Awesome, bye.
All right, bye everybody. Say bye, stream.